Hate is essentially a coping mechanism. Hate, or to severely dislike something, is a coping mechanism because you think it will shield you or protect you. When we take out the feeling of hate, we are left with a gaping wound. People think that if they hate each other or another subject that is perceived as not like them, that they will feel better, or that they will come into some sort of peace within themselves to make themselves feel better. You cannot have peace, you cannot have happiness, and you cannot have joy if you are in a state of hate. So hate is not only a coping mechanism, it is also a state of fear. People that are in fear don't have enough facts, and they haven't had enough information nor positive experiences about a particular subject. So people find that if they are in a state of hate, that they would have to, the opposite of hate is forgiveness. Because obviously, to forgive, you have to identify that there is a wound that has not been healed yet. So if you hate something, that it will essentially go away on its own. But actually, you're really molding that energy, and that you're really hardening that wound into a place that you don't want to admit to, or don't want to admit to a pain with. So if you have a hatred of people, places, or things that are perceived unlike you, it is usually because you have been wounded by this subject, so you don't want to feel the pain, so you try to basically destroy anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or painful. The opposite of hate is not only forgiveness, but it is to let go and have more information. So basically, hate and fear are the exact same thing. Forgiveness will involve identifying the feeling, identifying the wound, and identifying the pain that you feel when you think about this subject. So if you were actually to take off the lens of hatred, what would you be left with? And people are left with fear, and people will go to lengths not to feel fear. But fear is essentially not having enough information, not having enough experiences, or not knowing all the facts. You're looking through this subject as a particular very perceived or small perception. Forgiveness will, in fact, lead you to happiness, joy, and peace, not hate. So people have a hard time letting go of a particular a hatred towards something, are in desperate fear of them. So my question to myself, or to other people that have had experiences with hate, or they feel a sense of separation or a very big loathing against something, it just means that you haven't examined the question of what would be so bad if I were to forgive, or to know more information about this person, place, or thing. So that way you can kind of expand and start to expand into forgiveness, because forgiveness is going to be the gateway to basically destroy a lot of fear, because you're going to have more information, you're going to be more open-minded, and you're going to be more in a state of harmony. You cannot be in a state of hatred, and you cannot be in a state of love and peace, because the two are like oil and water. They don't mesh. So you have to be in a state of one or the other. So it would really depend on the free will that you give yourself to have that. So my question for anybody that is struggling with hatred is, what would be so painful about forgiveness, and what fear would I be left with? So the purpose of my videos is to present healing and love and compassion to each and every individual, and to create a more joyous way of being, and to embrace self-love. So I feel like this, I guess this state of mind, or this perspective would very much help anybody that are in a state of uncomfortableness or pain. So thank you guys so much, and if you guys have a question, feel free to email me at lfmurr@mail.com. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.